Oh, here we go.
You know what?
Yeah, there's always excuses.
Shut up. Who invited you over?
I invited myself.
Apparently.
I turned on Sesame Street. I said, oh, Sesame Street. This is much better because now he'll learn how to count and spell. But now I'm watching it as an adult and I realize Sesame Street teaches kids other things. It teaches kids how to judge people and label people. That's right. They got a character on there named Oscar. They treat this guy like shit.
It looks just like you, Oscar.
They judge him right in his face. Oscar, you are so mean. Isn't he, kids? Yeah, Oscar. You're a grouch. It's like, bitch, I live in a fucking trash can. I'm the poorest motherfucker on Sesame Street. Nobody's helping me. Then you wonder why your kids grow up and step over homeless people. Get it together, grouch. Get a job, grouch. So don't even tell me how to get to Sesame Street. That is a terrible place. I wouldn't go there if I knew the way. Who would want to live in a neighborhood like that? There's fucking 6-foot pigeons walking around. An elephant that's a junkie. Hi, bird. Yeah, that's right, Snuffy. Hi, bird, I'm sick. I need some smack, bird. The Cookie Monster with his eyes popping out his head, screaming, cookie, 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 like, ugh. What kind of cookies are you talking about? Chocolate chips don't do that to people. And then they had the nerve to put a pimp on there. They didn't come out and say he's a pimp, but I know a pimp when I see one. They called him the Count. Had a cape and everything. You could just see him pimping. Bitch, where is my money? You've been late 4 times, I've been counting. How many times must I smack you before you act right? 1, 2 smacks.
Hey, Bikeaholics and listeners alike, the show is still going strong because of a lot of hard work and your support, of course. Thanks to all those loyal listeners and true friends of the show that have supported us or are supporting us. For less than a coffee a month, you can help support us too and put a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank to make sure this show keeps moving on down the road. So, calling all law-abiding bikers, head over to our Patreon page and take action today. You can do so at lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Oh, did I mention there's benefits too? From all your friends at lawabidingbiker.com, we appreciate each and every one of you. God bless and ride safe. And now, straight from the Law Abiding Biker Media Studio,
out of sunny Yakima, Washington,
we bring you another episode of the
#1 listen to motorcycle podcast.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
We're in your head.
Your wife sounds sexy as hell right there, Ryan. Got me going a little bit. Is that wrong?
Just right up in there, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Welcome back, all you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycling majority. That's right, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
That's right. That's right, we are large and in charge of the motorcycle scene. It is a biker revolution, bitches, hang on. Just one question for you guys. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Mount up. Let us take you on another wild-ass ride. I think Cuz likes a reach around. If you jump on the back of his bike.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. A double fister.
At least a double fister, maybe a little bit of tongue action too.
Oh,
see how
God.
talented she is.
Wow. I'm just going to let that go right now.
I don't
We're
even. I don't know where to go with that. Anyways,
You guys went there.
welcome back, guys. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. So stoked you guys are checking back in. We got a loaded show for you, of course. And we open with a funny little video there. That was Dave Chappelle. Always funny because, of course, we have Oscar in the house.
Don't judge my garbage.
Dude, I got a picture, and Oscar looks exactly like Oscar the Grouch. He's hugging a garbage can, and it looked like he was making love to it a little bit. So I don't know.
I might have been a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I got proof.
Oh, yeah.
That picture's gone.
And of course, what picture?
Oh, I got a picture of
exactly what picture?
That's where Oscar got his name.
Oh yeah, right.
At 4th of July when he was hugging the garbage can.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, sleeping on it. Yeah, I took a picture. I got it.
Roger that. And of course, on the other mic you hear there, and I don't even have your song up on the soundboard, dude, but it is Cuz. I don't know how I lost it off the soundboard, but I'll have to get it back on there, dude.
Unacceptable.
It is. It really is. Cuz, thanks for being in the studio, buddy. Really appreciate it. And his second, he came back on the mic, the last episode, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You're on the mic and, of course, back today. So with that said, let's jump right into the content, guys. The MC1 Honor Run, I just want to make an announcement. This was brought to my attention, and I was emailed by one Andrew Sivitz of Golden, Colorado. He contacted us about an event he wanted to get out, of course, and we're doing that. We have the platform here, and we like to get good rides and good poker runs and good causes out there if you guys hit us up. And anyways, he's with the Defenders MC. And we are shouting out to the Defenders MC, step up to the plate. You need to contact us and get an interview. It's really super easy. We've done it in the past. We've interviewed clubs. We should all be learning from each other. And it's a simple Skype recorded interview. With a bunch of questions. You can listen to past interviews we've done with a bunch of other clubs. You get a very special place on the Law Abiding Biker Club page. The only way you get on there is with an interview. So come on, guys, step up to the plate. Let's all help each other out here and learn from each other. It's really super easy. There's nothing to be scared of. Anyways, Andrew says that the second annual MC1 Honor Run will be held on May 3rd, 2015 in Littleton, Colorado. Colorado motorcycle event. It's for injured officers and families of fallen officers. So what a great event. I put it on our blog. I even did a blog page for him. And you can see my article and blog, and any information that you need will be in today's show notes, of course, lawabidingbiker.com/the episode number. And here is the direct link if you want it to that MC1 Honor Run. It is lawabidingbiker.com/MC, the number 1 Honor Run 2015. Or you can just get on the site and search for it. But anyways, all the information there, again, May 3rd, 2015, Littleton, Colorado. It is the second annual MC1 Honor Run to benefit injured officers, law enforcement officers, and families of those officers. What a great event, huh, boys?
Word.
Thanks for sending that in, Andrew, and I hope you get a bunch of people to sign up for that. We are following the Meridian, Mississippi Echo Lounge Biker Club shooting, guys. Very limited information right now. I did a blog about it. It's at lawabidingbiker.com/Echo Lounge, ECHO Lounge. It was a couple biker clubs. There's more information on that article. I am following it. We are following it. We will get more out. There was a law-abiding biker club involved, and it was the Iron Order, and then a 1%er club. But like I said, I'm not going to get into the details on this podcast, because there's not a lot of information out. That's basically all we know at this point, and we will keep you up to date as it come out, and I'm sure at some point we'll dedicate, once the facts and the truths come out. There's a lot of idiot bloggers about it, as usual, blogging about it that don't know their facts. Yeah, can you believe that?
Yeah, that never happens.
Because there really are no facts.
So uneducated assholes, that's what you're talking about.
You got it, buddy.
Gotcha. I was just clearing it up.
Yeah, without very clear, crystal
Actually,
clear.
anything you repeat enough times, and let's say at least once you saw it on the web, becomes a fact.
Right.
Uneducated assholes. There we go. Boom.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
I'm just saying.
But anyways, we'll be following that, guys. I just want to shoot it out to you and let you know we are following that. Oh my God, this content, guys, is coming to you. That's right. It doesn't come free, guys. You know what? The only way we're able to do it is with patrons. They take action. They are involved. They want to make sure this content gets to as many people around the world, as many bikers as it can. That's right. No risk. Less than the cost of a coffee per month, guys. You can help us. We want to go ahead, Cuz.
We would like to thank Benny Beeler of Cadillac, Michigan, Justo Cruz, and Drew.
Sometimes we don't know the cities depending on what information, but they are supporting us. Lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon, if you want to get involved.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, really.
Cadillac, Michigan. That's a cool town.
It just sounds cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Yakima, Washington, but hey, Cadillac, Michigan, I like it.
Have you been in Cadillac, Michigan?
No, but we probably should go there.
No, Oscar.
No, I thought that's a cool name. There's a Harleyville, South Carolina. That'd be cool too.
That would be all right.
You guys are awesome for supporting us, and thank you guys. We're going to keep trying to bring more stuff to you and more videos, but we just can't do it. It's getting expensive to run the operation the more content we put out. So God bless each and every one of you. So they are the reason you're listening to this, guys. All right, let's dive right into this voicemail, and then we can go from there. Let's do it.
Hi, guys. It's Joseph Aaron calling from Canada, your neighbors to the north, calling you from Toronto. Quick shout out to all of you, Ryan, Oscar, Chewy, Lurch. Love listening to your podcasts. You guys put out great material out there. Already feel like family. My question today is regarding exhausts. I know it's a very broad topic to cover, so let's use my situation. I'm getting a 2011 Road King that I'm purchasing stock, and I'm looking to put an exhaust and also an air cleaner. Now, I want to get as much fuel and air as much through that. Now, it's a stock motor, keep in mind. And I just wanted, this is probably more geared to Oscar. What exhaust would you recommend? And keep in mind, I like a true dual. I've been looking at Reinhardt, I've been looking at Hooker, Vance, and Hines. I do like the look of the Reinhardt. Mind you, I don't like what happened to the end caps. Those black end caps seem to get worn out after a while. But just wanted your opinion. Also keep budget in mind. I don't have an unlimited budget, and don't want to start getting into cams and big bores. Just want to keep it simple. Exhaust air kit. I know looks can be quite subjective, so I just wanted to know what you think I should be looking at as far as the true dual.
All right, so we're not going to do a whole episode on that, but why don't you want to jump in there, Oscar, or Cuz, either of you, and just cover it real quick?
Well, when I worked at the dealership, I saw all kinds of different kinds of exhausts go on bikes. Vance and Hines were the most popular. In my personal opinion, Vance and Hines is the way to go. They sound great. They're not super expensive. They stay looking good for years. And I don't know. What do you think, Oscar?
The only thing, there's a bunch out there. I have the D&D Fat Cat. I really like. It's a kind of a different sound, but I will just caution you on the true duals. Those come with some tuning problems. So if you do indeed go with a true dual, you need to make sure that you get an effective tuner, like the Power Commander or the Power Vision, and have an effective tune that goes with it. So depending on where you buy that, the tuner and the exhaust and stuff will kind of depend. Or if you have a tuner in your area that you can go to, a dyno tuner. But without that, a lot of people run into a lot of problems with the true duals.
Yeah, we actually had a dyno down there where I was working, and guys would come in and put true duals on, and we're getting a little bit less horsepower than guys that weren't putting the true duals on because they weren't quite dialed in just right. But yeah, like you said, Oscar, you got to be careful with that.
And I think we need to break down what true duals is. So on my stock bike, on my 2014, it's got dual pipes out the rear, but they're not true duals because they're a 2 out of the headers into a 1 into a chamber, and then they're back out into 2. So I want to make sure we're not confusing that.
A true dual.
I don't know if he knows, I'm sure he does. You see what I'm saying? He might just think, I want duals. But when we're talking about true duals, that's a whole nother. And basically that means both pipes are the same length.
And
they don't chamber.
Right, they don't chamber. The head pipe is all by itself. It doesn't meet any other, like some of the older, like the 99-06 had a crossover tube. A true dual, the front head goes straight back to the muffler, and on the rear head, it'll go back on the other side to the other muffler. So they're totally independent.
Right. And so on my 11 Street Glide, I had true duals, Vance and Hines, and I'll never go with true duals again.
They
sounded badass.
Annoying.
Oh, yeah, right. They were great to ride behind.
Yeah,
I love that.
Great.
Yeah,
every minute of that droning.
Yeah.
10 hours on the road.
It was, but it did not run to performance. I mean, I knew it. And that's why I'll never go to true duals. That's why I went with the Vance and Hines twin slash rounds. We do not have an affiliate, although we're working with Vance and Hines a little bit on a FP3 Fuel Pack 3 stuff and we've been in touch with them, but I don't have an affiliate. So I'm just telling you, I went with the Vance and Hines twin slash rounds. I do have a video. It's a very, very popular video. You can get it over at lawabidingbiker.com/twin/rounds. They're a great pipe.
Same ones I got on my bike.
Yeah, exactly. Great performance. They do chamber. And again, lawabidingbiker.com/twin/rounds. In that video, I give you a very, very good comparison back and forth between the stock and how they sound. They're not super, super loud, but they give that good throaty Harley. It sounds like a Harley, wouldn't you say, Cuz?
Hell yeah.
It just gives it that perfect Harley sound.
Yeah, especially if you know, if you get the X pipe, you know, you don't necessarily have to go true duals.
What do you mean X pipe? Explain that to the people.
Yeah.
Well, the X pipe, it's a header setup where basically you're getting rid of the cat. I'm not 100% on this. Justin probably
Right, you're getting rid of the cat. I got rid of my cats.
Getting rid of the cat, and it just gives you a lot more flow. So,
But the X pipe, it's not chambered, but they cross over.
right, it crosses
cross through
over
each other.
So it's not a true dual
And it's not
per se.
and it's not the stock chamber, right?
Right. So I mean, in my personal opinion, I mean, if you have a way of getting that cat out of there, you know, out of your stock pipes, get that cat out, or go with an X pipe and some, like you said, Ryan, those Vance and Hines twin slash rounds, you're going to be golden. I mean, you're going to get a great sound, great power. You know, it's just it's good, and it's fairly inexpensive.
Yep. Awesome.
Just understand about the true duals. The reason they're tough is because they get too much flow. Gas motors need back pressure.
Right.
The X chamber or a 2-to-1 or like the brand new Harley setup with the chamber provides back pressure. Yeah, your true duals will run awesome at high RPMs. At 5,800, a lot of guys put them on the light bikes when they're running high RPMs and high lift cams, but you're going to get no torque out of it. Well, you'll get less torque out of it and it won't run as well at the low RPM.
Right.
Totally.
I'm a 2-to-1 guy, so whatever 2-to-1, there's a bunch of cool ones out there, but
Yeah, and actually, you know, your 2-to-1, you know, Oscar will tell you, you know, and also Rick Kane went with the 2-to-1. You went with the D&D. He went with the Vance and Hines Pro pipe. You're going to get the most power out of that, guys. I don't personally like the looks of it.
That's what. Yeah, exactly.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I like the 2 out the back, so I'm willing to give up just
ugly.
a little bit.
really ugly.
But that's just me.
Below me.
You're really, really ugly. I'm offended right now. I'm gonna
Yeah,
come over there.
your wife doesn't think I'm ugly. You know that. Come
Well,
on now.
she does. She just won't tell you.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the pipes.
So we will. As far as the pipes go, guys, we do take out. Now you need to check. I want to do a disclaimer real quick. You can buy new head pipes from Vance and Hines along with your exhaust. You're going to be up about $1,200 plus. I just bought the mufflers for $400 something, and then we just took our head pipes. We had them welded apart. We knocked the catalytic converters out of them and then put them back on so they're straight head pipes. You need to check your local laws and regulations, and we can't help you with that. Every state is so very different, and even our state from the west side to the east side is different. So we are allowed to do that here. And most states, if you buy the Vance and Hines Pro pipes with no catalytic converter, you're golden, but California is going to have some serious problems. So we don't make any claims on that. That's what we did, and that's how you can save a little money. You can have those cats taken out and get a welder to weld them back together because they're hidden by heat shields anyways.
Well, you know, and on top of that, Ryan, I mean, you take that catalytic converter out, that side of the bike runs so much cooler, and you're not going to run into issues with the holy crap, I'm drawing a blank, oxygen sensors.
Right.
Yeah, because they have a lot of issues with those overheating because those cats just create so much heat on that side of the bike. So it's just a good idea all the way around to, cut that out.
Good call, cuz you're right. And I forgot about that benefit. That was actually one of the best benefits, aside from performance, was the fact that all that heat, man, those things, if you guys don't know, under those heat shields, those things actually turn red lava hot, those chambers, and that will get rid of a lot of that heat if you get rid of those cats. Anyways, we do have a very, very popular free video for you guys if you do want to change your headers and exhaust. Very awesome video, lawabidingbiker.com/exhaust. It's that simple, guys. And you can change your headers out, change your exhaust. It really doesn't matter what kind of pipes you have. They're all the same. They all pretty much mount the same. So there's a lot of good brands. I think most of the pipes, if you stick with your, Reinhardt's and Vance and Hines and Screaming Eagle and D&D, and I think you're all going to be pretty good. It really comes down to looks for a lot of it.
Yeah, it just boils down to personal preference, the pipe you like and the looks of it and the sound of it. You just got to pick the one you like. I mean, you can't go wrong with, pretty much any aftermarket pipe. They're going to sound good, look good, just personal preference.
Absolutely.
And why did you say mine was ugly?
I didn't say that. He did.
I did.
He did too. You said
it is ugly.
No, we were just saying
you know what? You're ugly too.
We prefer. we were just saying that we prefer the 2-pipe look. Under each
under
bag.
each saddlebag. I don't like that blank space under the bag. That's just me. Whatever.
Real men have one big pipe.
Hey,
that's what I'm talking about.
Here's the deal, Oscar. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Oscar. Okay, you got 2 saddlebags, right?
Uh-huh.
You got a bag between your legs. You got 2 nuts in it, right? Or maybe you're swinging 1 nut. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
All right?
The bag's there.
I don't know.
The bag's there.
So,
the pipe's
anyways,
there.
Yeah, it comes down to personal preference. I prefer the 2-pipe look.
Yep, I agree. But we will get more into pipes on another episode, guys. We just wanted to at least cover some of that. Here we go. Mark Littell of East Tennessee. He used to live in Spokane, Washington. He's a loyal listener, and he is a patron, and we like to get those patron stuff on the show, ahead of everything else. And so, subject, this is a big issue, and it's plastic. It is and it isn't. We're going to break it down for you. This is the plastic shoes with cam chains on Harley V-twin motors. All right. I'm just going to read the first part here, and then why don't you go for it, Oscar? Actually, go with this part right here.
The blue part there?
That's why it's highlighted, bro.
Who invited this jackwagon?
I'm colorblind, okay?
Plastic shoes with cam chains. Go ahead.
First, just wanted to say thanks for the great content you guys put out. I commute a couple hours to work on an airplane, and the Law-Abiding Biker podcast is always playing.
Go ahead.
I'm new to Harleys. I've had a few older metrics, and I've always had dirt bikes, and the service video was great inspiration in completing the service. It's really simple to complete after watching you guys tackle it on the video.
And the video he's talking about, you guys can get. It's actually been selling really good because everybody's getting their bikes out, and people just, God, they email us all the time, and it's at lawabidingbiker.com/2014 Harley Maintenance. It's our newest maintenance video, again, /2014 Harley Maintenance. One time, guys, I mean, it will save you a ton of money over the life of your bike. And I just want to tell you guys on that video, everybody worries, but I have a Road King, and you did it on a touring bike. Guys, it's a 103 V-twin engine. It doesn't matter. It's just in a different frame. The oil plugs are in the same place. The primary plugs are in the same place. It doesn't matter. So it will work. Even if you have a 96, they didn't change the plugs, man. Everything is on that motor is in the same place. So don't worry that we did it on a touring model. It's still going to work for all those motors that are the same. Okay.
Hey, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, if anybody's worried about their warranty, okay,
we are going to get into that.
If you do your oil change, you buy the proper stuff, and you document your mileage on the receipt, you're good to go.
Absolutely, and that's the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, right, Oscar?
See,
you can. It does, and we actually have that in the show notes, and I do want to get into that if we get through our main subject here. Thanks, cuz we'll
good work, dude.
Talk a little bit more about that. I do. I want to talk about that, but it does not void your warranty. It can't. In fact, you're federally protected. So, all right. Mark Littell says, I have read about a potential problem with the plastic shoes associated with the cam chains. Do you have any info on this issue? This is a small quote from an article on JP Cycles. Quote, the problem is the design of the cam chain system. It uses plastic shoes riding on the cam chains that can and do wear out. Harley has made some changes in the later model bikes, but even with the new hydraulic tensioning system, it is not a true fix. All right, I have a link to the blog. I'll have it in the show notes. I didn't like how the blog was written. I did a little bit, but it was somewhat misleading to me. I don't know what you think, Oscar, but here's the headline. Pre-2006 Dynas and the 1999 to 2006 twin cam Harley Davidson engines have possible serious issues, and they can mess up. I pulled that directly from the article. So, Oscar, actually, I sent this to you months ago, and because of all the feedback we gave, that's why Mark just said, I'm becoming a patron, man, because we're giving all this stuff to him, and that's that's why I appreciate it so much. So, do you want to just break it down, or do you actually want to read your response?
It's probably quicker if I just break it down.
Okay, go for it. Start breaking it down.
All right.
And then we'll start talking about it. And if you have any questions, cuz, jump in. This is going to be an open round discussion. I have some questions for you, so I'll jump in when I need to. Go ahead, buddy.
Don't hit me, though, please. Just raise your hand.
Oh, I'm going to hit you.
Not you, I mean him. He's close enough.
Ball tap you.
99 Harley switched to the twin cam. And when they did so to...
so, for 1990 and prior, it was a single cam.
It was a single cam,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Evo Motors. So when they did so, they had dual cams. They have two cam chains, and on like most automotive products, if you have some kind of chain, you keep it some tension on it, because if it's sloppy,
they have one cam chain.
There's one on the outside, one on the inside.
Okay, there's a chain on the inside.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
So there's...
Go ahead.
Dude, your daughter brought us cupcakes.
I know. I saw that. She snuck in the studio.
Thanks, S.
Wow.
Thank you, Cian.
Thank you.
Hey, Cian,
awesome.
come here. Come here, S. Come here. Hurry.
Oh, man. Look at her.
Say hi. We're live. Say hi to all the law-abiding bikers out there.
Wow. That's a cupcake.
Hi.
There you go. She's in her baker's outfit, and she just brought cupcakes up to us.
Dude, she's a baker prodigy, dog.
This is amazing.
All right. So, anyways, there's a chain on the outside, Oscar, and that's
on the outside of the cam chest.
On the right side of your motor, above the floorboard, you take off that cover,
and then you'll see the first chain, the two gears, and then behind the oil pump
on bottom is your crankshaft.
That's nice.
Right? Okay. On the bottom is a crankshaft.
Are they going to be seeing this somewhere?
No, we're talking about it. I'm helping
okay.
it so we can. That's why we need to really talk about it so that we can give them a visual. So on the bottom is your crank,
Top is the cam gear.
which the cam gear, and then inside there, the one cam runs the other, basically.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So there's in order to keep tension on the chains, to keep the chains from breaking the gears off or falling off, there's a little plastic shoe that's attached to a, I don't remember the actual technical terms, but there's a little lever, and it's the shoe on the lever is spring loaded
Right here.
Yep. So the spring is keeping tension via the shoe on the chain. So if you can visualize this like a bicycle chain, and you took an eraser and set it on top of the bicycle chain, as the chain's moving, the eraser is rubbing against the chain,
And it's pushing into it to make it taut.
and then it's taut. It's taut.
taut.
You all right?
Go ahead.
Hold on. Cupcake.
Can you not eat in the mic?
I'm trying not to. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so back to what we're talking about here. Okay, you got the two cams inside. There's a little plastic shoe that pushes against it. All right. And they're spring loaded at some point. They were spring loaded. So you got the eraser visual. So go with that.
So as the cams, as the crank is moving the camshafts up and down, it's moving the crankshaft, and the cams are moving up and down. Those chains are moving. One's controlling the other. And as the shoe is pushing on it, with the older design, the 99 to 06 original design, those plastic shoes would simply wear out.
oh yeah, big time.
Hey, can I ask you a quick question, Oscar?
Yes.
Does the chain on the inside look exactly like this? Is it the same setup on the inside of this?
Isn't it? I think it's backwards, but yeah, it's pretty
right.
close.
But it's a big wheel, a big gear and a small gear.
Right.
And then the two cams run inside there, right?
Right.
Okay.
A cog.
Cog. Is it a cog?
I don't know. I just wanted to say cog.
That is a good word.
Yeah, that's...
Um,
and so yeah, it's keeping tension. It's a plastic shoe, right? I get it.
Yeah, there was their original design, and the shoes wear out. Now, Harley's original...
The plastic breaks down, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
it wears grooves into them, and eventually just right through them.
It just wears the shoes out. It just friction wears them out.
Just like the bottom of your tennis shoes.
Yep.
Wears them right
Yep.
out.
See that? There's one wore out right there, starting to wear.
Yep. That's exactly what it looks like.
All right, and so the plastic shoe wears out, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And then it breaks apart and sucks up into your oil pump and shuts your bike down.
Where's your oil pump at?
It
Is it down underneath that case at the bottom somewhere?
no, it's right behind the outer gears. That whole silver thing, the whole thing.
The whole thing is
That's that's the cam plate on the inside. The inside's the oil pump.
I don't recall. It's been a while since I saw one torn apart. But
Yeah, I think on the inside of the cam plate. So you have the two outer gears, the cam support plate, and then on the inside is the oil pump and the inner cam gears.
Okay.
Anyway,
But these were spring loaded at some point.
Yes.
And then they tried to fix it a little bit by making them new or oil, right?
they're
hydraulic.
They're the same today. The 14s.
So the 14s have the same system. It's just that they have hydraulic ones,
From
tensioners.
they 06 Dyna, 07 Softails and touring bikes, they went to the new design, which is what all of us have. Yours, mine,
right.
because it's all the same. They're hydraulic. So they're more reliable. Well, they did two things. They made a hydraulic tensioner, and they changed the style of the chain.
Of the chain itself.
Right.
Right. And so the Harley's original maintenance interval on the cam shoes for the 99-06 stock setup was 40,000 miles.
They usually went down before that, though.
And it was totally unpredictable. And some guys were saying mine went at 2,500. Some guys, like a guy that I know, he's got an 05 Road King or 05 Ultra. And he's got 68,000 and still good. So the part of the biggest problem with that setup is there was no real predictability. So in my 06, when I bought it, I had 37,000. I think at 40, I had one of the local mechanics, not the Harley shop, but a different place, peek at him, and he said I had like 3,000 or 4,000 left. So mine were about on schedule, but guys were having them go all the time at the worst possible times.
And you can't, from what I've read, some of this stuff is you might not hear it.
No.
You might not even hear it go.
No, you wouldn't hear it go. You'd get all of a sudden low oil pressure and be like, what's going on? And then you'd have no oil pressure and the bike would shut off.
They basically slowly disintegrate. and you got chunks floating around in there. That's
And
what he's talking about. It clogs up your.
yeah, it's
Right.
like a
Oh,
brittle eraser. Imagine a brittle eraser. If you threw it in, in the oil, it'd just be chunks, and eventually it gets sucked up with the rest of everything else. And the other problem was you couldn't look at the outer one, which is easy to get to. It'll take you 5 minutes. You couldn't look at the outer one.
Right. So this one, and there's one just like it on the inside.
Yep. You couldn't
Right.
look at the outer one and go, okay, the outer one's fine, so the inner one must be, because sometimes they wore different rates.
Well, yeah, that's like saying that. If you do brakes on a car, one shoe might wear different than the other because you might have a caliper hanging up. It's just.
Oh yeah,
you
good
can't-
call.
You can't say that.
Right. So, total design flaw, just an engineering failure in that aspect. They came up with the upgraded design,
Which is the hydraulic.
which is the
And
hydraulic.
it's just like remember the primary chains? Like
did
on my
the same
05 Dyna, I put that aftermarket, so it
Right.
would keep the chain tension. Yeah.
and the spring, part of it was the spring. You can't really adjust a spring.
It's probably pushing too hard.
It was pushing a little bit too hard in combination with the shoe. I think didn't they use a different material in the new shoes?
I believe so. Yeah.
So there was a combination of several things that they really didn't work out. And it's a little irritating. I'm a Harley fan through and through, but this thing went like 7 years.
Everybody has their bad days and years,
Yeah, well, 7. I mean, really.
I agree. This is
stuff-
this is bad on them. Totally. I agree.
Yeah. It popped up pretty quick. It was in 2000, 2001, this stuff started showing up, and it kept going. And of course, what do? They make a kit we can buy to
make
fix
a kit.
it.
You can buy to fix it and spend $800 to $1,000.
All right. So I had an 06. So do you want me to go farther and what I did and why and all that?
Yeah, well, here let's talk about this. So also before we move on, also if that shoe goes, you can have metal to metal contact, right? And then you get metal filings. This is worst case scenario to disperse into the oil prior to being filtered. The oil, if this happens, be prepared worst case to build a completely new motor.
I'd never heard of that.
Okay, and so that's
Me
why I'm
either.
talking about this article. I think it's a little I think there might have been a little bit of going a little too far.
Okay,
that.
theoretically, if the shoe disintegrated and disintegrate's not the right word. What is and it's not. They literally would break apart. So they'd wear to a certain point where they'd chunk off. And you'd
Okay.
have chunks of it floating in the oil. Those chunks were big enough that they would block passages in the oil pump and stop the oil flow, which all those bikes had the low oil shutdown, didn't they? They should have. I'm pretty sure they had the low oil. So if you had a low oil, if you got down below 10 PSI or whatever it is, your bike would shut down.
Oh, okay.
You'd get a check engine light, you get low oil pressure, and the bike would shut off. If for some reason it disintegrated, it wore and never broke apart, could you get to bare metal? Yes. Would it be? Could that happen? Sure. I'd never heard of it. I never read about it. And I read blogs and forums and all kinds of stuff for a good 6 or 7 months, and I never saw that. Guys are like, "Oh yeah, it broke. It killed my oil pump." And that was really the worst thing that was going to happen.
See,
You get a new oil pump.
Here he's saying the shoe material can also clog the oil pump, destroying the engine.
No.
Okay, wouldn't you just shut down if you saw a low oil
You
thing?
should, yeah. And
I mean,
most
if you're a
guys are doing
moron
that.
and you keep riding, yeah, you'll destroy your engine. But I don't agree with that.
Well, no, the bike goes into a like self-preservation mode when you get too low oil.
Okay.
I could be. It's been a little bit since I.
Kind of like Oscar when he's had too much whiskey.
Right.
That's totally different.
Oh, my bad.
Well, that's kind of similar. Yeah.
Okay. So, Oscar, let's move forward. Let's talk about if you have, 1999 to 2006, right?
Yep.
That's what we're talking about. Then what is the best thing? What did you do with your 2006? Let's take that question.
So, the local Harley shop, and this is probably still true because not much has changed. The local Harley shop would not inspect my shoes. They said in order to inspect them, we have to open the cam chest. If we're going to do that, we might as well replace the shoes. So there was no inspection. It was $400 to get stock replaced shoes. And I thought, all right. So
If you paid them to do it.
if I paid them to
Right.
do it. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm reading in the forums and stuff. Guys are saying that these shoes are wearing anywhere from 3,000 to 70,000, and there's no predictability. And the
nice.
front might go before. So I was like, why would I put stock shoes on? Okay, and if I'm on a really, 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 really tight budget, and I know a guy that just did this, that's what he did. He had a friend who was doing all the labor. He's getting ready to go on like a 6,000 mile trip. He said, I got $500. So he had a friend do the labor, and he bought the shoes. That's all he did.
And the new shoes are the hydraulic because they're probably not even sending.
Nope.
He's doing the spring?
He's only putting new shoes on the old setup. You can put new shoes on the old setup.
Right.
You don't have to upgrade. Right. He did that, and I told him, listen.
So he put spring ones back.
Yep.
The same ones that fail.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I told him, I said, hey, look, Fred, here's the deal. Here's what could happen. He goes, I know, but I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to do the upgraded kit. Okay, so the upgraded kit, when I researched it before, and I think the price hasn't changed much. You look like you're sleepy.
I'm just listening, bud.
The kit was $400. It netted you a cam support plate, a new oil pump, and the new chain and hydraulic
A new oil
tensioners.
pump?
Yep, they upgraded the oil pump too.
Oh, wow.
To a higher flow oil
And
pump.
which one was this through?
This is Harley.
Harley. Okay, so Harley came up because they had a design flaw and they screwed up. They're going to charge you more money to buy their fix for their problem.
Yeah, the kit was
this is a major
Weird.
And I do. For the most part, I like Harley. I've had this with other companies too, big companies. But I'm not saying that it's right, and I'm not sticking up for them. So go ahead. I'm just calling them out right here.
Don't get me started about my Dodge either. But
Yeah.
anyway,
See. Yeah.
yeah.
Your new one?
Well, it's not new, but yeah. Well, we can get to that later.
Oh boy.
So for about $800, you can just upgrade to the new kit. That's fine. And I haven't really seen too many problems with the new kits. Even the Harley guys, the mechanics down here are saying it's probably going to be good forever, at least 75K. I don't even think that the manual lists a service interval for it. Like they don't say this mileage, you need to change it out.
And it's just to go again, so I make sure I have it in my head. It's a oil pump. It's a new chain.
It's
a new shoes.
It's the new chain, the new
inside outside.
Two chains, the hydraulic tensioners,
two of those. Okay.
The cam support plate.
Okay.
And the oil pump.
Wow. Okay.
So I think it was either $399 or $499 for that kit, and then
without labor parts.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it was about $800 for the whole thing with labor.
Okay.
All right. So I was like, well, all right. So here's the thing about mechanics. So sometimes you're in a place where you might as well upgrade because the labor, it doesn't cost you the labor.
Right.
Right. So if you're going to pull the head off of something, a lot of times you may do pistons and rings because that's 3/4 of the labor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In this case, the cam chest is going to be open.
Right.
The cams are going to be out.
Might as well do the cams.
So you might as well do the cams. So I started reading about gear drive cams. And essentially what the gear drive cams do is they replace the entire chain setup. So there's no...
Which is the way Harley should be building these, to me.
You know why they don't?
Because of cost?
Noise emissions.
Oh, geez. Because
Really?
so it's not their fault. This is a federal bullshit.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the same reason why they're starting to sound like Hondas coming off the line.
Yes, exactly. They're so quiet and they're so choked up the motor. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, really,
EPA.
It's all EPA.
noise emissions.
Tree huggers.
Bastards.
I understand a little bit of carbon dioxide, but
bastards.
Noise emissions from geared
it's
cams.
ridiculous.
Really, that's retarded.
I tell you what, when I was working there, I watched this deal on what they have to do. They have this chamber they've spent millions of dollars on. They set this bike inside the chamber, and they have to tweak stuff here. They have to tweak stuff there. So the overall bike falls under certain noise emissions. It's absolutely astronomical what they have to do and what they got to tweak to get this bike.
And that comes out in cost of the product to us because the consumer ends up paying for all the federal regulation and time they have to. All right, you're getting me on a tangent, damn it, cuz. Knock it off.
You got me talking about them bastards.
Knock it off. Getting mad. I'm shooting the ceiling. Go ahead, Oscar. Pick it back up.
Part of it's Harley's fault. Part of it's not. Okay, so I started researching the gear drive cams, and essentially, okay, now granted that it's a little more expensive. The kit. So I bought the S&S 510 gear drive cams. The kit itself was $7 something.
Good thing you got a sugar mama, huh?
Yeah, that was before she was a sugar mama.
Oh,
the kit for the gear drive cams I think was $750. That includes everything you need, and then the labor was another $500 or $600. And I did
for the gear drive kit.
For the gear drive kit and labor,
just get rid of the chains, get rid of the tensioners, get rid of everything. Go gear.
And the gear, except for the occasional manufacturing flaw, which happens in every product on the planet.
Yep.
99% of those the gears on the cams will never fail. The only real caution there is gear lash. And if you get someone who doesn't know and gear lash is how the gears fit together. So if you get a mechanic that is a little sloppy with the lash, the gears are going to be a little noisier. But for the most part, I loved them. I didn't notice. Sometimes I could hear them a little bit, but for the most part, I didn't notice any difference. They were great. They'll give you a few extra horsepower simply because there's no slop in the chain. The power goes straight through the gears into the drivetrain and
right.
and up and out. So really, it's a cost issue, but for me, it was more of a peace of mind. If I was on some trip, 1,000 miles away from home, and those stupid shoes wore out, not only am I probably extending my trip a day or two, which is going to cost me a hotel.
If you're lucky, a day or two.
Right. I was in it a whole new kit, and at that point, I'd be like, all right, I'm at a Harley dealership somewhere. I need to get whatever they have in stock, and which means if I wanted to do cams, I wouldn't get to pick. I would just have to be stuck with what they had. So
right.
I went with the gear drive. There's quite a few companies. Andrews, let's see, S&S and Andrews make most of the gears for most of the companies, but there's a bunch. Now, like, if you have a little bit of extra money and you want, so I ran the S&S 510 gears. The oil pump was fine. I didn't change the oil pump. I didn't change the cam support plates. Wait a minute. Did I change the cam support plate?
I don't know. Why don't you think about it for a
I
sec?
can't remember.
Because right now I want to thank a couple people that are making this episode possible for you, of course. We want to thank, go ahead, Cuz.
We would like to thank Jeff Cobb of Anniston, Alabama. And Graham Boss of Elizabeth Park, South Australia.
All right, thanks, guys. Those are regular donators, just a flat donation, and we do appreciate that,
I
too.
think we need to go to Australia and visit him.
I will say, Cobster58 says, it would be nice if you had a selection or a section where members could list the type of bikes they had and ask questions with specific problems. And we will. With more donations and the proper amount of patrons, we can have more people working longer, hours to do that. And we actually do have a private Facebook group where a lot of that kind of stuff goes on and other stuff. The only way to get in that is to become a patron, lawabidingbiker.com/patron. And if you donate a certain level, we have a very awesome private Facebook group where all those questions can get asked, and we guarantee a response within 24 hours. So there you go. These are donations, guys. If you want just a flat donation, lawabidingbiker.com/donate. All right, pick it back up, Oscar.
I don't know if
You said there's different kits.
we're going too long. Let me know because I ramble on about this all.
No, we're gonna wrap it up. We will do another episode on cams and the benefit and what cams. That's going to be a whole nother Oscar episode, guys. So look forward to that. But there's different kits. You can write S&S. Look, they're gear drive kits. They turn it into a gear drive. There's also the Harley kit that will write. And so either way you can fix it. We are looking for a bike, guys, to do a video on it for you. We'll actually do this so you don't have to pay the labor, because guaranteed we can do it. We just don't have a bike old enough right now that I can get my hands on pre-2006. So if you live closer anywhere, in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, and you want us to, we would be more than happy. You have to buy your own parts, of course, but bring it over. We'll put it on the lift. We will film it. You give us your bike for a couple days. We'll handle it for you and film it, and you get free labor, and then we can get the video out to the masses so more people can do this. And of course, we'll do it in true law-abiding biker style without skipping any steps, and all detailed so that you feel comfortable working on it in your shop with the iPad by you watching the vid. All right.
What year is Popeye Springer?
05?
Yeah, maybe we can grab
03?
Popeye's.
Yeah.
I wonder, have you ever talked to him about that?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do too much to that.
Right. He might not, doesn't ride it much anymore. Anyway, so Oscar, at the end of the day, what do you have any with your service experience there? Was this a huge problem? Was it often? Were guys pissed off about it? What was the deal?
It was often, and it was often when they were traveling. So,
really?
it's a real deal. And if you got a bike around that age, it's at least do the upgrade, if not do the one that Oscar was talking about.
The gear.
Yeah, the gear driven, like he said, it's just a peace of mind. Because, there's nothing like being on a trip and getting stuck somewhere for a couple of days, and then your whole crew, is stuck there with you for a couple of days. At least our crew, I know we're not going to leave a guy behind. So, we're going to sit around in a city for 1 or 2 or 3 or who knows how many days, depends on the shop and the size and what they got in stock. So just get that peace of mind.
Just get her done, huh?
Yeah.
Word.
And look here's some kits from S&S, and we don't have any affiliate with S&S, guys. I'm just popping it up on the internet here. $730 here right, Oscar?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
about-
like? I don't see it's coming with new chains though.
It's not. It's gear driven.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Duh.
that one's gear
duh.
driven.
Okay, so that's the gear driven one. And look at $729. So for that, and then if we can make a video for you guys, you wouldn't even have to pay for labor.
Yeah,
And,
but I mean, $729. You're 3 nights hotel. There's $300, food and everything
Yeah.
else. I mean, you extending your trip.
Right.
It's saving you the money.
I agree. So what say you guys? I would say if I had a bike that year, if you have the money, I get it. You know what? There's just tight budgets. I get it.
Right.
At least do the Harley kit. I would not at all costs replace it with the same thing because you're going to be back to the same problem.
You really are. I absolutely would not do that.
I would do if I could afford it, my first, so let's break it down. First option, guys, gear drive.
Gear drive.
Yep.
Just ram it out or, replace it, I guess, with
Yep.
the gear drive system. And keep checking back at lawabidingbiker.com/videos. We'll hopefully have a video for you on that soon. And second choice would be buy the Harley kit. Is anybody else making the kit, the chain drive kit besides Harley? Did anybody
No.
jump on that bandwagon?
No. The only
Really?
chain drive is Harley. Everyone else is doing gear drives. No, yeah.
Well, I just
Harley's
wondered
the
if
only
anybody
chain drive.
made
Yeah,
an
I think so.
like SNS made an aftermarket kit like the Harley one that keeps it chain drive yet replaces the tensioners and stuff.
Fueling makes a cam chest kit. It's like $1,500.
Ooh.
And you can get a chain drive, and I don't, it might be their own deal. But so yes, Fueling does. Sorry, Fueling makes it. But I've never seen it standalone. It's the entire kit, not just the $400.
Yeah, but you don't want to spend $1,700 when you can go gear driven.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's no reason.
Right,
No
exactly. Exactly.
Well, and the Fueling kits are made for like real high horsepower stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, they work for stock bikes, but I would go gear driven, and I wouldn't do a chain at all.
Okay. So there you go. Second choice would be the Harley kit because it's a little bit cheaper
You're right.
at the 400 price point. We're up about 750 with the gear drive. And then last resort, if you just want your Harley to keep running and you don't have $1, replace it with the same old thing.
The same
Yeah,
old
just
thing.
stock shoes.
Yeah. Stock shoes and then do it every
That's the cheapest.
real quick. You're going to have to do it, again soon.
And actually, the Harley kit with cams is the same price as the SNS gear drive kit.
Oh, with cams.
Right.
With cams.
With cams. And why wouldn't you? I mean, if it was
Right,
totally
well, there you go.
a dollar thing, the SNS and the Harley's 203 are pretty similar.
Are these better cams on top of it?
Yes.
Oh, so, okay.
What are
Yeah.
those 255s?
No, it's the same as the 510 and the 203s are are really, really close.
Oh, gotcha.
Within a few degrees. So in the SNS kit, the gear drive with the 510s, which is the smallest they'll make,
Okay, so
you're getting an upgraded cam along with the gear drive. And that 510 cam and that 88 is awesome.
Boom.
It is awesome.
the which one?
The 510, the SNS 510 gear drive cam.
This one right here, top. Right.
Yep.
I'll put this in the show notes, guys. You know what? SNS needs to have an affiliate with us.
I know.
Or throw some sponsor our way. So
That cam in the 88 cubic inch in the 99-06 bikes was smoking. And it was even better when I did the big bore in the 95s. It had as much power as my stock 103.
wow. So there you go, $729.99. And if you guys do order from JMP Cycles, whether you order and there's comments or anything, or if you phone, please tell them you heard this, and we need to reach out to them. SNS Cycles, but yeah. So there you go, $729. You're getting. I get you. I feel what you're laying down, buddy.
That's what I'm talking about.
You get new cams, you get the 510s, you get more power, you get rid of
the
the chain,
gears,
you get the
that's right.
gears, man.
Peace
the
of
whole
mind.
package.
And as soon as Law Abiding Biker, as soon as we make your video, you don't even have to pay freaking labor to have
That'll
that
save
done.
you like $700.
Awesome, man.
Well, you got to bring pizza and beer
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all.
and Pepsi for me.
I eat a lot of pizza.
Definitely cheaper.
You do eat a lot of pizza.
Anything else without breaking too much down? So there you go, guys. Get it done. If you have that years of the V-Twin 1999 twin cam, right?
Absolutely. 99-06.
A 9906, get it done ASAP so you don't run into any problems. Oscar, any last words before we move on from there?
Just ride hard.
Ride hard. That's right.
The gear drive cams will let you do that.
Last time we tried to ride hard, Oscar, you got a little butt hurt.
Oh,
Whatever.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was
Uh huh.
different.
You remember that, don't you, P?
I do.
I was lonely.
That's what we're dealing with in here.
I know.
All right.
Can't polish a turd.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to hit this email, cuz?
Yeah. I watched your video on changing all
It is Scott Byram of Austin, Texas.
Sorry. I watched your video on changing all the fluids. I want to do this on my own and not rely on the dealership, at least for this basic stuff. So from watching the video, it's possible to change all 3 fluids with the bike on the kickstand. I have been told the bike should be upright when changing fluids, but from the video, leaving the bike on the stand works fine. ? Did you get some information that the bike should be upright when changing fluids?
And of course, he's talking about our very popular maintenance video, lawabidingbiker.com/2014 Harley Maintenance. It's our newest video. So we got that. And in that video, we show you how to do it. I will tell you that, no, you don't have to have your bike level. Okay, here's what you can do if you're really worried about it. And and correct me if I'm wrong, Oscar, you guys jump in, but here's my take on it. You know what? You're only missing a little bit of oil that you're not getting out. And it's not that much because I actually have done it and not uprighted it. But at the very end, after all the fluids are drained, if you don't have a lift and you don't have a chalk to get your bike level, just sit up, mount up, tip it upright, shake it around a little bit, sit there for a couple minutes and let the very few last ounces get out of there if that makes you comfortable, and you'll be good to go from there. So technically, if at the end of the day, yes, you should have it level to get all the fluids out, but there's been times when I was in a hurry, I didn't even do that, and I was just fine. It's not leaving that much in the cases. Anything from you guys?
Well, the oil plug, the motor oil plug's made for it to be on the kickstand.
He's not talking about that. He's talking about
tranny.
Draining the motorcycle.
That's what Oscar's talking about.
The oil plug, the oil drain plug.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about the checker, the dipstick.
No.
Okay.
The oil plug is actually made for it to be on the kickstand.
Yeah,
you go.
It's on the left back corner.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
It's I did this very same thing with the tranny. It's better to be upright, and that's what I would do. I'd pull the tranny drain plug, let it drain out. When it wasn't draining out anymore, I'd get on it and tip it up.
Right.
And let it sit for 30 seconds, then put it back down.
If you really want to, I'll tell you, we have a lift now. I don't tip the bike, dude. It doesn't matter.
It's not critical. How many? I mean, we've done 100
at least
oil changes on all our bikes. We've never had any oil changing related issues. And I tell you, I don't remember ever standing mine up when we did it. It's not critical, like you said, Ryan. But if it gives you a little peace of mind, just hop on that puppy real quick and set it up straight for a minute or two, and let everything drain out, and then put your fluids in.
Wait a minute.
Well said,
Gregory Gaxiola says mount up and shake it.
Oh yeah,
sounds a little kinky. Glad you picked up on that, Greg.
Shake it. Yeah. All right. So there you go. And again, you guys, tons of bikers saving money getting that video from us, man, and they're loving it. So yeah, and we're gonna do Cuz's 2012 Road King soon, and we'll add that to the repertoire. But it's the same. It's the same motor. Nothing's different on it. But we still are gonna film it just for kicks for you guys, and we'll add it to that. If you purchase the regular video, you'll also get the video for the Road King. Same motor, nothing's different on it, but we need to do that.
625 cam with heads.
We are going to eventually do that.
Hey, I'm all about doing whatever you want to my bike as long as you pay for it.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, he's the cheapest parts I can find.
Well, that's unacceptable.
All right, let's tie this up, and as we're running late here. So Facebook comment, this is for Cuz. He has worked at Harley Davidson, guys, just FYI in the past. This guy did not want me to mention his name, so I'm not going to mention his name, but he is a little bit uneducated, and we're going to slap him silly and set him straight here. And in case you guys have the same questions, he's concerned. He was very concerned on Harley Davidson because we were promoting our maintenance video that's helping so many bikers, and Cuz alluded to this earlier in the episode. He's concerned that HT dealerships is the only way to go for everything. He didn't want bikers to be doing their own maintenance. Yes, sir.
I just vomited in my mouth a little.
That's
it was wrong. Let's finish here, and then let's get all what we're doing here. Simply put, your bike. He said, simply put, your bike is worth more when the work is done by a Harley certified mechanic when you're going to trade it or sell it. I know, bullshit. We're going to get into that. Wrong, guys. He says it's worth more than a bike that has no records or serviced by you, basically saying on trade-in, and I'll get into that too because I've traded multiple bikes. They ain't asking for records. You're saving money up front doing it yourself, but at the end you're flushing money away. Again, bullshit. We'll get into that. Sincerely, a retired law enforcement officer he is. And so here we go. Let's break this down. Cuz has a lot of experience I'll, of course, pipe in because I have some strong opinions on this. He's concerned that the Harley dealership is the only way to go for everything. How about this, Cuz? Simply put, your bike is worth more if you have a certified mechanic do it. What say you?
I call bullshit on that. The dealerships are going to tell you that you need to have your dealership do the service because guess what? They get $380 to $420 for a freaking service. That's just fucking asinine.
For an oil change.
Yeah,
it is asinine. That's why people love our video, man.
Like I said, all you got to do is do your own service, write the mileage on your receipt, keep that receipt with your warranty paperwork, and they can't do anything to you. You know, I mean, it's as simple.
And they're pretty good, you know, because I'm talking to Paul down there. You know, when I first got a Harley many, many, many years ago, I asked him, you know, what do I do? And he was honest. He was like, nope, you can do your own oil change. We can't hold you to making us do it. And Oscar's talked about in the past when we did our AMSOIL deal episode, it is the Magnuson Mox Federal Act. And dealerships, not just Harley, BMW, it doesn't matter what bike, they cannot force you and tell you that you have to have your oil changes and services done by them. They literally can't do that because it would be a monopoly and they'd rape everybody. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as far as trading in goes, they're going to rape you no matter what kind of records you have.
Well, here's the deal, though.
And I've traded in 2 bikes, never asked for records.
Thank you.
I never once asked for records. And I tell you what, I got, for both bikes, I got at the top of the trade range.
Well, hold on. Okay, but hold on.
No dealership's asking for records. They've never.
Now a private buyer,
Okay,
a private buyer might, you know, if you have all the records,
if you have the receipts from a certified mechanic.
And it's done by a certified Harley dealership. If you sell it privately, yes, that could reflect positively upon you.
Depending on the buyer.
Depending upon the buyer.
But we just like you buying a house, we've all seen some home carpenters, and you go and you're like, oh, this is nice, and oh, we did this ourselves. You have no idea what's behind that wall,
right?
And so in the private market is where I disagree.
In the private market,
there's a lot of people that are looking for like, okay, I don't know you, I'm buying this bike, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what is that? What is that? Oh, you know, this dealership did everything. Here's all the receipts. Okay, must be legit. Or, oh yeah, I did all this myself, and I'm going, okay.
But if you're buying a bike from a guy, I get it, Oscar. I do.
So that's
I sold my 2011 Road Glide.
They never asked you,
to a guy. He asked me what was with the bike, and I let him know that we did a majority of the work, and there was no ifs, ands, or buts. So it depends on the buyer. If you get a really anal buyer that's looking for a perfect, first of all, a perfect trade-in or a perfect used bike, which doesn't exist.
Right.
If he's looking for that and he's super anal, then yeah, those records are certainly going to help you. But as far as trading in, the dealership doesn't give a crap. They have set prices on what they're going to give you for your bike based on the condition of the bike.
Right.
They don't
based on the year.
They don't
how many miles.
Yeah, they don't even give 2 shits of a fuck about your upgrades and stuff like that. Your $7,000 or $8,000 you put into that bike, they don't give a shit about that.
No.
Take all that stuff off and give them the stock bike.
Right.
Absolutely. Well said, Cuz. Well said. Got that thing, and we do that because they don't give you a dime more. So I guess, and jump in if you guys have anything else on that. But so at the end of the day, could you get a buyer if you were selling privately that went, where's all your records? Well, you know what? I don't have them. I did and I'll move on to a new buyer. I'm not worried about it. I've never run into that. He should probably go buy a new bike if that's what he's worried about. If you got a guy that you're talking to buy a bike and he clearly knows what he's talking about, yeah, we did all the oil change, bro. We use this, whatever. Oil changes they're not really going to screw your bike up.
Yeah, if you want a new bike, go buy a new bike.
Exactly. And most Harley dealers, if you go into some rat-infested meth trailer, trailer court or something, well, you might be a little concerned, but if it's a guy and just use your common sense, man, when you're walking up, this guy obviously took care of his bike and whether he did the oil change or not, but this guy is absolutely 100% wrong, Mr. No Name. You're wrong. It's not, it doesn't void your warranty. It doesn't do any of that. You're not going to get any more on trade-in. Anything else, guys, on that?
I see where he's coming from. There's
a
lot of people that get sucked into
the
dealer stealer.
Right.
And they buy into, oh, my dealer has to do it. And I get that. And Harley has done a phenomenal job of convincing the general
And that's where you're
cycling
throwing your
company.
money away is at
Right.
the dealership.
Right.
But so is every dealership.
Hundreds
True.
of
Even like
dollars a year.
BMW, these guys with BMW bikes. Oh
Oh,
God, dude, they're the
wow.
first ones to tell you, I got to take it. I got to ride to the west side of the state. I got to take it to a BMW
Right.
dealership. A regular motorcycle mechanic can't work on a BMW. Okay, seriously.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of dealership, whether it's car, tractor, bike, or whatever. They're going to get it in your head if you're willing to listen to their bullshit. They're going to get it in your head that you have to come see me for all your service work and anything that you have done, because if you don't, your vehicle is going to be worth less and it's going to void your warranty. They're going to try to get that in your head. So you come there to their dealership and you spend their stupid ass fucking prices and blow your money right out your ass.
Yeah, exactly. So that's straight from Cuz, damn it.
Word.
you get 'em.
Word.
Bro.
Boom. Some knowledge for you. Not all glitter is gold.
Yeah, that's right. And Cuz has worked at different dealerships besides Harley. So
Oh, yeah.
he
He
has
Lots
does
of
wear glitter sometimes.
Yeah. Is that weird?
No, that's
All right, just
perfectly
checking.
normal.
All right,
for a
good.
6'5" man.
6'5", that's kind of short.
Don't come up with a comb with glitter on yourself. If you have glitter on your forehead, you've been, motorboating.
At a whorehouse.
Well, you know why I'm going bald, right? It's from doing U-turns under the covers.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Wow, really?
All right.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up here, guys, what else you got on that? I think we pretty much covered that. Let's go to Rusty Knees. Liked your first video on
Is
this
it,
bike?
is it Rusty Knees or Niz? It
I
looks
don't
like
know. It
Niz.
looks like
Rusty.
Niz.
Yeah, it's Niz. Rusty Niz.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. All right. Liked your first vid on the bike and went and got one. Now this is the third recall. Felt that power was lacking and so put on a stage 4. Anyways, will this shorten the life of the motor? Would you like to see a review on it? Okay. Main topic. I think the true, oh boy, this gets into a whole cam thing,
lot.
doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind. Sorry, Rusty Niz. We're
Wait,
gonna,
we can answer the question. Will
we
it
can go
shorten-
real quick.
Will it shorten the life of the bike?
It will absolutely. A stage 4 kit will absolutely shorten. You're lucky to get 20,000 out of that before you're rebuilding it.
tell them what a stage 4 kit is
I'd
real
say
quick.
30,000. I'd say you're good at 30, but
You think?
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So a stage 4.
I saw quite a few come in 20.
Bigger. What's with what, the 110 or the 120
talking your mic.
The 120.
with the high compression?
Mike.
Yeah.
Talking your mic.
You're talking your mic there, Oscar.
Shut your face.
You
I
know-
mean, it will.
Wrap your lips around it.
Who invited you over? It will. This is a big topic. It'll shorten the life of
it's
your
a
bike.
big one. The rings. The rings are the major issue.
With high compression, gigantic pistons, high lift cams.
You're basically building a race bike. It's not an everyday. It's not an everyday rider, and it's damn near impossible to get a stage 4 kit bike tuned without
pert near.
pert near. It's damn near impossible to get it tuned without a dyno.
So how long,
Yeah.
if we got into this, probably a good 20, 30 minutes to explain this.
Yeah. At
Okay,
least.
well, I'm going to
Sure.
drag it.
I mean, we just
No, that's an hour.
We just broke it down real quick.
Right.
Unless you're making a bike that you want to go out and race, don't waste your money on a stage 4 bike.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for
a lot of money for.
lots of rebuilds.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to drag that anyway so we can get into it more because we should talk at some point about stage 4 kits, huh, Oscar? And Cuz
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
we should talk. You know what? I'm going to put this and I'm going to mark it for Oscar. So next time you guys, and I'll make sure Cuz you're in the studio too.
But I tell you what, I rode a bike with a stage 4 kit, and holy shit, hang on to your balls because they,
Remember, we
they
looked at-
shit and get.
We look at that one down in the Tri-Cities. Do you remember that street glide? we looked
Yes.
at? That was awesome.
It was.
Yeah,
But-
ridiculous bike, but
Yeah.
they're made for racing.
So there you go. That answers the quick question, but we actually want to talk about what a stage 4 kit in an upcoming episode and what you get out of it and what the prices are, right? Oscar,
Yeah.
I think that would be
Yes.
good. And
Yep.
and Cuz I put you need to be in the studio on this
Yep.
one too, you and Oscar, because you guys have, I don't even know what it costs. So all right, so
A lot.
we do
lot
have
of
a
vagina.
lot. It cost a lot.
we do have a new free video, guys. It's how to extract and remove a Harley primary cover stripped bolt. So you guys know our maintenance video, the very popular one. You know, on the primary cover, there's 6 little Torx bolts. They do, the heads of them get stripped out. Anyways, we made a really quick free DIY video for you guys. It's at lawabidingbiker.com/stripped primary bolt. It will be in the show notes for today's episode. But it shows you an extractor tool. It costs like $8 and how you can just put it in there and you can get those little primary bolts because they are little buggers. I know Oscar does a lot of AMS oil changes and he constantly runs in to these little stripped heads and they just over time they get stripped out. And I know the dealership too does, huh, Cuz?
Yeah.
they're always backing those things
Well,
out.
the dealership just strips shit in general. There's another good reason not to take your fucking bike to the dealership. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
You're right. And we actually need to do an episode, Cuz, with just you about what to watch out for at dealerships. And
Well, let me, it's
we're going to
pretty,
do an episode
yeah,
on
it's
that.
pretty rare if you find the mechanic or the technician that's going to actually break out his torque wrenches
Yes.
for everything.
It
A
doesn't
what
happen.
wrench?
A torque wrench.
A torque wrench.
I read about one of those.
Yeah, they're pretty handy.
What's going on in the live room with these guys? They're chatting away, and thanks for being involved with the live experience. If you guys want to get involved with the live experience, lawabidingbiker.com/live. You get to hear it raw. You get to hear it uncut, unplugged, everything. It is really awesome. You get to chat live. If you have any input on the episode, we throw you in there. If you want to get signed up for the free live email list, that's all that email list is for. It's lawabidingbiker.com/live, and there's a form there you can fill out really quick. Take you about 30 seconds, and you will get notified the day of when the live episodes are out. There's a button right in the email. At the time we go live, you can push that button. It takes you right to the live page. You can start listening and chatting and being involved. Of course, the regular email list, that's a little bit different. That's lawabidingbiker.com/email club, where you get signed up to get all our free videos and all that kind of stuff when they come out. But God, we packed a lot into that episode, guys, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I'm sweating a little bit.
Yeah. So
Dude,
there you go,
always
guys.
sweat.
Don't forget, we have the new app, guys. That's right. The patrons made it so that you guys could have a free app, guys. It costs, but for you, it's free because
Badass app.
of the patrons. Thank you, cuz. lawabidingbiker.com/app. It is for the Apple App Store, the Google Play, Android, the Amazon Kindle. All the buttons are right there. If you go to lawabidingbiker.com/app, it's right there. Push the button and you can get signed up and download that free app. It's super simple, guys. Get all the show notes, call the listener line, early releases, and more right from within that free app. Don't forget, Patreon, guys, take action. Do it. That's right. You driving on your way to work right now, listen to the podcast. That's right. On your way home. That's right. You walking the dog. That's right. lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon. Just do it. Do it. Only takes a second to get signed up. Don't forget, start using that hotline, guys. The listener hotline, Law Abiding Biker hotline, 509-731-3548, or leave a voicemail from your computer anywhere in the world for free, lawabidingbiker.com/voicemail. And of course, our standard contact form, lawabidingbiker.com/contact, guys. That's right. Don't forget, if you can't do anything, at least rate us in iTunes, guys. lawabidingbiker.com/iTunes, or if you're on the Android side, /Stitcher Radio. It helps bump us up in the ranking. It assures that bikers all over the world will have a better chance at finding us and join the biker revolution. God bless. Keep the rubber side down.
Shiny side up.
Thanks you, Oscar and Cuz, for
Word.
being in the studio. You guys are wealth of knowledge. Wealth of knowledge. Thanks to the live crew for being live and listening live and chatting and all
Thanks,
that,
guys.
It's been awesome.
Appreciate it.
Oh, man. Now we got to go work on a bike, dude, because I still got a bike on the lift down there. We got to pin Chewy's bike.
Oh, wow.
Chewy's bike is
With his gay ass handlebars.
his
Oh my God.
handlebars with 90-degree angles. We're going to talk
Horrible.
about that.
Horrible.
We're going to talk about handlebar installs on a couple, because Lurch has got to be in the studio for that one. Me and Lurch have been through hell
Yeah.
with 90-degree angle handlebars. All right, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. We're out of here.
Peace out.
Late.